Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Just Righteous Water Flows. Alright, so look, check this out. Everything was on the table with you. When you first got involved with these people, I don't know what it is you was going through, Charles One, but with this particular situation, you put everything on the table. And it's because you chose to walk upright. You chose to walk righteous for God. So therefore, you know that it's nothing to hide. So because you walked this way, chosen one, they got you wrong. And this is why they had no choice but to betray you, because it's their energy was still down there. Their energy was still of the world. There was a part of them that wasn't able to grasp what you was putting out there. You gave your 100%. Not only that, you prepared to give 100% for your future. And you did things to prepare before you even gave your 100% the first time you came around into your interaction with this particular person or particular group or business or whatever it is you involve yourself with. So because you gave that much, it was too much. And it was so unexpected because of the timing. Everybody loves you. Everybody values you. Everybody sees your potential, you see. But a lot of people get you wrong. They get you wrong because you have so many people in the world that are so prideful that when they get opportunity and things like that come along into their life, see, what happens is they start to get boastful. They get a lot of pride, a lot of ego. They start to feel like they're supposed to get opportunity or supposed to get the most pay, or they're supposed to get. And this is what happens to the chosen ones sometimes too. We go through it. We go through it where we have so much potential, so much energy that we'll always sit there and bump heads, or we'll brush the leader the wrong way sometime because our potential is so great. So when people see your potential being so great, what happens is you're gonna always brush people wrong. You're gonna you're gonna make people feel intimidated. They're gonna feel offended. They're gonna feel like you think you're better than them. They're gonna think that you're trying to compete with them. But that's never the case with you. And that's what's so funny about it. It's like they don't know. And then when you show them, they really gonna get scared. They're scared now. They're scared because they're so familiar with so many people backstabbing them and doing them wrong. You could even get in contact with another chosen one sometimes. Sometimes chosen ones run away from each other too. Because sometimes God don't need all that energy, that love, or two leaders. You know what I mean? So much power coming into the room. It's like you have two leaders in their own right. When two chosen ones come involved. So sometimes people are still discovering who they are. Every person on their path is at a different level too. Some things have already been experienced with some people. You see, but for you in this particular situation, this person here, they couldn't fathom the thought that you had the potential you had and that you were consistent and that everything did seem right. You see, sometimes some people are so used to looking for the wrong in people that when they see the right in you, they don't know how to meet you halfway, like the way you know how to meet them halfway. They don't know how to help you. They don't know where to understand where you're at because they don't realize that you are doing your best to follow the path that God put you on. And if they know that, they don't believe it because they don't walk in that path. Some people, majority of the time, these people, they'll betray you or they're going to push you away because you're walking upright for Christ. You're making changes. You're giving it, you're present. Not only that, when you discover your gift or discover your talents, you've put a lot of work into it. So when you came into the presence of these people, what happened is you really did intimidate them. You really did scare them the wrong way. They never met somebody like you before. You stand out. You have to know who you are and you're right. Walking this narrow path for Christ, you got to know where you stand. The more time you give for Christ, the more valuable you're going to get in the spiritual realm. People will feel your presence when you walk around. They know that you are the truth. That's why they don't like you neither. That's why they're scared of you. I'm telling you, y'all think it's a game. They do not want to see you make it because they already could see you making it. As soon as you walk into the room, they picture you on top. So they got to do anything to make them feel like y'all on the same level, which is wrong. They don't need to do that, but that's why you have to cut them off. And if people do that, you got to, trust me, you can't go back to these people neither. Because the minute that you think you're going to go back to these people, they will show you, or they might not show you, they might even tell you. They're just going to do something to make sure that they keep trying to pull you right down below them or to their level, or they just don't want to see you rise above because it's not them. They just might be a little jealous. They might be just a little intimidated. They never met nobody like you before. You know what you are here to do because you put a lot of work into understand what that is. And you worked on that over time. They might not have seen what was going on behind the scenes because they're so familiar with most of the world doing people wrong. When you look at the news, sometimes even in people's family. So by the time they get to a stranger, they don't even know how to trust a stranger, let alone even recognize if a stranger is something good. Because sometimes you got family that'll do people wrong. Some people think, oh, nobody could be better than my family, which is wrong. There are going to be people better than people in your family. Actually, most people that you meet that you're going to get along with might be somebody not in your family, that you're going to work with, that you're going to succeed with, that you're going to make millions of dollars with, that you're going to make hundreds of thousands to millions, some even make billions, right? You're going to get into that level when you get around the people who see you for who you really are and accept you. But when you got into this particular situation with this particular person, you see, they couldn't be around you too long because your ideas was pretty much making them feel uncomfortable, because it's like they want to come up with ideas. They want to be the one to be creative like you. They want to be the ones to have your talent or do it the way you do it. But it's not made for them. God didn't put it in for them. You know, and then you got some people, they're afraid to be themselves. Some people don't even want to use their talent. They will have talents and they just won't do nothing with it. But then when they get around you, they want to try to copy you and do what you're doing. It's because you have God in you. You have God working through you. You have influence from God. Because everything you do is through love. You have love in your heart. When you have a pure heart, your mind opens up. See, they don't understand. They just have to open up their heart to God, or change their heart for themselves too. Because when you open your heart to God, God opens up your heart. Therefore, you can be able to understand the depths of what it is that God put you here for. Whatever your gift is, trust me, God will use you to help inspire people, to help move people, to have people turn their heads in the room when they see you too. When you do what it is that you do, when you answer the call for God, when you do that self-work, you cannot get to where you want to go in this life if you allow the situation with this particular person or these people that came into this situation with you putting your stuff all on the table for them to see. And now they got you wrong. They got you wrong because they thought that you were showing off by telling all your news. That's you putting your stuff on the table. They thought that you were a fool because you told them all the mistakes you made. You was real with them. You was authentic with them because this is your relationship with God. You see, sometimes you think other people think like you. But chosen one, I'm telling you now, they don't. They have not did that work like you think. You'll know, because if a person did certain work on themselves, they will comprehend what you're talking about. And if you're speaking on a certain level, they might not like it because they might wish that they thought that far, or they might just be jealous of the fact that you have the mind to do what it is that you do. Right? Be aware of these people. It's a spirit working through these people. Don't be confused. That's why when they see you, certain things is not being said or certain things is being said. Everything is for a reason. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day. It's all for a reason. God used everything for a reason. It could take one day that could change the whole situation. The person become the president. Guess what? One day happened. One day the tallies was done. The numbers was up. And now we got a new president, right? That's just the way it is. And It takes only one day, some time, to make a decision to turn to Christ, to make a decision to not allow people who don't see you for who you are or accept you for who you are stop you from doing what it is that God got you doing, following your purpose. You see, these people are going through it with their relationship with God, but you got to realize you have to walk this path with God. You're going to have to repent. You're going to have to take some steps, right? So as long as you continue to do that, chosen one, you're going to be all right. And you will come across some people like this, you know, I'm telling you, every day of your life, it's always a battle. It's always a new challenge. It's always a new obstacle to get over. But coming across people that get you wrong because you had put your stuff out on the table when you didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. Because you chose these people. You thought that they were going to have your back. You thought that they meant well for you. But these people weren't the ones that God chose for you. And you just have to accept that. It took me a long time to accept that about people who intentionally, they did not mean well for me, and I would never go back. And you should never go back neither. That's the problem with today's generation now. We put our stuff out on the table for people that God be giving us signs to never even deal with them or go back to them. Like we can't be soft like this era when it comes down to these type of decisions. Cut these people off. Don't go back. I mean, I was the chosen. We always like that because we see the truth right away. Right, we don't even want to talk to you no more because we already know where you're coming from. You don't even have to tell us. And if we keep dealing with you, it's because we chose to. We gave you the benefit of the doubt. But we're not going back. You think we're going to go backwards when God is bringing us up? No. Money don't bring you up. Actually, money can bring you down if you get it too fast. Being successful too fast can stress you out and depress you. That's a hope for another video. You know, I ain't want to go off topic too much, but it's true. Take your time. Having too much of what you want can destroy you. That's why you see, I'm gonna be honest, not to go off the topic again, but that's why you see a lot of our women going through a lot too, because women do have a lot of what they want. And I see that a lot of them self-sabotage a lot. You know, guys do too. We do too sometimes. A lot of men do too. A lot of men have a lot of stuff and different things too. But you see, I think it's just about just being grateful and not wanting it and not going for anything. You know, not wanting anything that heavy. But want what God has for you though. Yes, make your own decisions. Get your mind together. Create your plans. You know, but you don't have to put all your stuff out on the table. When you see somebody that can possibly be a support, you don't have to put it all on the table, chosen one. You only got to let them know what you need to let them know for the purposes of you and that person that you guys got had to be in contact, right? So yeah, this is for a chosen one out there who had put this stuff out on the table and somebody took advantage of you. They took advantage of your information and they try to use it against you because that's who they are. And God had to reveal it to you. So I hope that this video resonates with you. This is confirmation. Yes, you be giving too much information. Silence is power. So hopefully that resonates. J Righteous, I gotta go, guys. Peace, love.